I have to make it so obvious.
Oh, I so get that.
Yeah. You've had moments like that?
Yes, yes.
Like what?
Oh gosh. Well, I had decided to leave the professional world. I've had some health issues in the past, and I had a heart scare that turned out to be nothing after bypass surgery years ago.
Wow.
But I reached this point where I said, look, I know what's on my heart to do, and I've written my book, Circles of Men. And in the book, I say I'm committing the next 20 years of my life to this work. But yet I'm still in my professional career.
Yeah.
And then I had this health experience, and I thought, okay, how many more chances do I have? And if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? And so I quit work. Huge leap of faith.
Wow. How old were you?
Oh, this happened 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm 66 now.
Yeah.
And so within a week, a woman reached out to me. She said, Clay, I've read your book. I think you need to go to the Parliament of the World's Religions.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, well, is there any budget? No. But we could go and represent us. Well, she was from the Austin chapter of the Charter for Compassion.
Oh, yeah.
Karen Armstrong's organization. Karen Armstrong, who had influenced me back in 2008.
Oh, yeah.
Heart surgery and, her path was really, really spoke to me. Mm-hmm. Well, so I said, okay, something's speaking to me. I need to do this. I go up there, I meet Karen Armstrong, I meet the board chair for the Charter for Compassion. I tell them what I'm doing, my men's circle, and they approach, and I say, look, there's 10,000 people up here. There's all these sessions going on, 100 sessions.
Right.
There's not one session on men. I said, we're the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And the Charter has got 12 sectors, and one of them is women and girls. There's no men's sector. And I said, I had this vision, like Karen said, I got a vision that there be a sector like that. And he says, I like that. Why don't you write it? Then I walked a couple hours later, and I meet a couple who founded Gender Equity and Reconciliation International.
Oh, yeah.
That's Will Keepin and Cynthia Bricks. 28 years, 10 countries, and it's the deep, deep healing, recognizing, like what you and I were saying earlier, both women and men are wounded by the patriarchy.
Yeah, right.
It's not to compare wounds, but it's to recognize that we're both wounded and to be able to see that, understand that, and have that alchemy occur, that we see one another differently.
Yeah.
Will said, Clay, I love what you're doing. I'm got a facilitators training going on right now. Why don't you come out and come to the week? We got 4 weeks, try it out and see what you think. I said, great, when is it? He said, well, it's next week. I went there.
Right. Like when you're being called, you better get going. Pack your bags.
I flew home, changed clothes, and flew to Seattle. Yeah. While I was in Seattle, I met Karambu, Ringera.
Right.
She's one of the facilitator trainers. And she was there, and she heard that I was going to go to Egypt in January. And she said, well, Clay, if you're going to Egypt, why don't you just come to Kenya afterwards? Because we're just 2 countries away.
Right.
And I thought, well, that's fun. Yeah.
And very different.
Oh, yeah. And it turned out I didn't go then. I went in August. But Kenya had always been in my mind as a child because we were supposed to move there. And our family was with Dad's work. And at the last minute, it got called off. And so Kenya, in my mind, was a place that I would never see. So August of 2019, there I am. And I'm there sitting under this open canopy tent. there at the Tiriji Eco Center,
Yeah.
and I'm preparing to do this 3-day men's retreat.
Was that at Karambu's place?
Yes.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there, and I said, oh my God, this was a childhood dream. And here I am.
Yeah.
And I'm here for the right reason. I'm not here as a tourist. I'm
Yeah.
here doing what's in my heart to do.
Yeah.
And that year, I had 35 engagements all over the United States. One of them was with the gender equity folks doing something for the United Nations. You know, I did my own retreat out at Ghost Ranch, you know, in New Mexico. All these things kept lining up, and they still keep lining up.
Yeah.
All because I said in my book, first I put the book out and I said next 20 years, and then in October I said, if not now, when? And it was like my energy aligned, and Providence takes over. And exactly what you're saying, these things are, people call them coincidences or synchronicities. You know, there's more to it than that.